Hi there, Steve from Trekitt. We're here at the Biggins. This is the roundabout, and in the background we've got the Brecon Beacons National Park. We're here to talk about the new Arc'teryx Proton LT hoodie. For some of you, you might recognise the range. You might have come across the Proton family before. This is an update on the old LT. It rolls a bit of the LT and the AR from the old range into one to make this new jacket. Hopefully the aim of this video is to let me kind of explain what I like about it, why it's so good, and explain a bit more about it. So, the Arc'teryx Proton LT hoodie is a synthetically insulated jacket aimed at climbers and mountaineers primarily, who will appreciate its outstanding breathability while working hard in the mountains. It's suitable for anybody looking for a really warm yet breathable jacket, either wearing it as a standalone outer or as part of a layering system with really warm mid-layer in cold conditions. So, what's it made from? The outside is made from Arc'teryx's Fortius Air 20 fabric. Fortius is Arc'teryx's soft shell fabric. They use that across a couple of different ranges. The Air is standing for the fact that it's air permeable, and the 20 is the face fabric, the denier of the face fabric. What you might think is that it's going to feel like a soft shell. Well, it's not. It actually feels like you normally get on a kind of an insulated jacket. It's a little bit lighter than you'd get on a pair of your soft shell trousers, for example. Much more malleable, works really well, really comfy. Outer layer is going to slide over the top really well as well. So the air permeability, the key for that is that it allows a little microclimate to build up inside your jacket. A day like today was actually quite warm, it's quite windy. I'm actually not getting too hot. What's happening is that the wind's blowing through. Any of the warm air building up around me is then getting blown away. What that means is that I'm actually keeping a nice regular temperature. I'm not overheating, I'm not getting too hot. If it was a really cold day and I was out in the hills, I could use it like a soft shell. It means I could go for a big long walk, building up a lot of energy. If it's a really cold, windy day, all that warm air is going to get blown away. You don't build up too much moisture in the way of sweat. The good thing about it as well, if you're wearing it in a layering system somewhere in the middle, because it's air permeable, you can get all your water vapor can get through the fabric quite easily. It means it keeps you in a nice, happy kind of environment all the time. So the air permeability isn't going to be for everybody. If you're looking for a stop-go jacket, the kind of thing where you'd stop and have your sandwiches, or you're taking it climbing in the winter and you want to stop and have a really warm jacket to keep you warm, it's possibly not the jacket for you. But when you're working hard, you're moving all the time, this really is a great jacket. It's going to do a good job. Underneath the face fabric is 80 grams a square metre of Arc'teryx's Call-Off compact fabric. That's the synthetic insulation inside. The way it's constructed, it means that it's a bit more air permeable than some of their other ones, so when you are building up a warmth inside, it does escape quite nicely. So the way this differs to the old LT and the old AR models, this is actually halfway house between the two weights. The old LT, that was a bit too light, often people found they were too cold, and the AR was too warm, people were building up too much heat. What they've done here is they've kind of rolled the both into one, and you get a good jacket straight in between the middle, bridges both gaps really nicely. Okay, inside the jacket, this is Arc'teryx's Perm Air fabric. It's kind of one of those, it does exactly what it says in the tin jobs. It's air permeable. Again, it helps with the whole story with the jacket being breathable, working really nicely, not building up too much heat. It allows moisture vapor through, it allows kind of wind through again. It means it keeps it nice and comfortable. Added bonus is actually really comfy next to skin. So if you're like me, just wearing a base layer next to skin, it feels really nice. The really nice thing about this inside fabric, other than the comfort, is the fact that it's dope dyed. Now, dope dyed's not a new thing, it's been around for a little while now, but it's starting to gain some traction in the wider kind of scheme of things. Dope dyed's a manufacturing process. It means that you don't have to use so much water and chemicals in the dyeing process. Effectively, all the fabric colours are kind of set in construction, as opposed to making it as a blank and then having to dip it in out of water and chemicals. Those chemicals are nasty, they're not good for the environment. It means you cut down on the water consumption, cut down on chemicals. It's way more environmentally friendly, and yeah, really good job. They're starting to use it. So what are the features on the Arc'teryx Proton LT? Well, at the top we get ourselves a hood. I'm really a big fan of the Arc'teryx hoods, especially on their insulating jackets. They fit really well. As it is now, it's no adjustment, it just fits quite nicely. I'm just going to zip it up so you can see. But what that also means is you get a little cinch draw cord at the back. Now you only get one, and I'm a massive fan of these because what it does, it takes all the room out around the top of the hood. It means you can still see, and it takes all the volume out in one hit. Super ingenious, sits just under your ears, it doesn't dig in, it's really comfortable, but yeah, keeps everything tucked out of the way nicely. Okay, so as well as fitting your head really well and cinching down nicely, it does fit really well over a helmet as well. You can squeeze that over quite nicely. And around the back is the adjuster again. That's a single adjuster. It takes the volume out, keeps it all nice and tight, works really well. Okay, so the next really important thing with this jacket is it's got the no slip zip. The no slip zip means there's some little speed bumps on the zipper. It means when you've got it zipped up, it doesn't undo itself and work its way down. You can have it kind of open and vented without it undoing itself. Some people have said, oh, it's not quite right, there's something wrong with it, there's something manufacturing wrong. It's not at all, it's a proper feature, it works really well. It just stops the zip from sliding down. Next couple of features, we've got 3 pockets. We've got 2 big hand pockets. They're hand warmer pockets, all the insulation's on the outside. Nice and just easy, hand sized. And then you get 1 pocket on the chest that's a laminated. Up on the top here, my kind of go-to place to keep a compass or a little map, something like that, nice and easy. Lastly, the cuffs on the jacket are great. They're lycra, they're stretchy all the way around. They fit really snugly inside a set of gloves if you're wearing gloves, or if you're wearing a waterproof jacket and you want to layer over the top of it. It means it keeps low bulk, there's nothing getting in the way. They're fantastic, they work really well. Last little thing you get are dual adjusting hem draw cords, just to keep any drafts out, just keep things nice and simple. They are tagged up inside so you can keep all the ends out of the way as well. So how does the Arc'teryx Proton LT hoodie fit? Well, I'm wearing a medium. I think if I was to go out and buy it myself, I'd be wearing a large. Now I'm, just to give you an idea, about 6 foot tall, that's 1.85 m, and I'm about a 44 inch chest, it's about 110 centimeters. I fit kind of in between a medium and a large. I would go for a large in this. The medium for me, it's just a little bit trim around the chest. I still get good kind of maneuverability. It's not getting restricted at all, but it just means it's a bit trim. It would kind of limit me to how many layers I could wear with it. As a kind of a general rule for Arc'teryx, they come in a couple of different fits. This is from their trim fit block. Think streamlined, no extra faff, no extra bits flapping in the wind. Generally for me, I know that if I wear a trim fit piece from Arc'teryx, I'm going to be looking at a large. Some of their regular fit items I know I wear a medium. That kind of gives you an idea of how it sits. One of the big things is a comparison for this. The centre back length, kind of down the bottom here, that's 75 centimetres. So if you think about one of the workhorse pieces from Arc'teryx's range, the Atom LT, it's about a centimetre longer than that. So to summarise, the Arc'teryx Proton LT hoodie, it's a synthetically insulated jacket. Can be used as a mid-layer in cold conditions or as a standalone like an insulated soft shell. It will shed light snow, a little bit of light rain, and layers really well underneath the shell, or used as part of a layering system. Really, really good. The standout feature being the air-permeable face fabric. If I've convinced you this jacket's the one for you, then please follow the link up here. This will link us through to the website. You can have a little look, check all the specs and details for yourself. As ever, if I've missed anything, or if you think you want to comment on something, make your point, any videos we missed you want us to do, please leave them in the comments. Otherwise, thank you very much and goodbye.